Series 2.
So, did we run out of things to talk about from the last video, or do we have something that might be interesting to those watching, which are few and far between, I'm sure?
But those who are watching are some of the most important people on YouTube.
Absolutely.
If you watch us, you are the most important people on YouTube.
If you're watching us, we are quite amazed.
If you're watching us, your intellect is above most. That's just what we say to boost our own ego. So anyway,
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. We've been looking in the mirror practicing these self-affirmations all afternoon, so...
I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me. Stuart Smalley. Saturday Night Live.
Who could forget that?
So, since we are both single, let me ask you, have you met any interesting people lately?
Actually, I haven't met any interesting new people lately. The last person that I met that I thought maybe ended up having some very severe drug issues.
Uh-oh.
And this person is now serving a lot of time in jail, so I don't usually things don't usually go that bad for me, but this person, once they're out of jail, they are going to rehab and they are moving out of the state. So I learned my lesson the hard way. But other than that, there are a few people that, how do I put it? Have you ever just kind of revisited your past a little bit and thought, what if? What if? What if things had worked out better? What if things had turned out a little bit different? What if I had done things different? What if... I don't know. There's a few people that, you know, I look in those eyes of theirs and I think, how sad that it couldn't go farther. But
My what if is far bigger. Mine is more like, what if there is no such thing as love?
oh,
Because basically you don't want to look at my past, because I won't go back. I will not revisit. There is, oh, well, let me change that. There are a few people that I had dated in my past that I'm still friends with, but as far as having a romantic interest in any of them, no. And as far as interesting people, there are a lot of interesting people out there, especially on the internet, but how do I say this? It's just kind of like you never know on the internet where you're quite what you really mean, because that's so anonymous. Like,
it's very vague. It's very opaque. You don't know.
there's no real tangible, I can put my fingers on it and say, I know that person likes me, or I know. So I just talk to people. There are some interesting people I talk to, and I will just leave it at that. Whatever happens, happens. Whatever doesn't happen, doesn't happen. I really don't have any expectations at this point, because I think that to have expectations over something on the internet, or even the expectation that you can control another person, I'm just at this place where if somebody likes me and accepts me for who I am, awesome. If not,
Exactly.
bye. I mean, life's too short.
Yes, I agree. And I've had a very difficult time with that. I've had a difficult time with people accepting me for who I am, and that's okay. I don't harbor any anger over that, because sometimes I haven't been able to accept people for who they are, and sometimes it's just not meant to be. But as far as being in love, that's not something that comes around very often for me, but it has come around. and you learn to get over it, and you learn to move on, and you hold certain people in your heart until, I think we talked about this in one of our past videos, you hold parts of certain people in your lives, in your life for the rest of your life. And there are those that I will always care about, and that if they called me today and said, I need this or I need that, if I'm able to provide it, and they mean it in all sincerity, then I would more than gladly try to give it to them.
That's going to make me sad. That makes me think of the one person. This is just so bizarre to people who don't know me. The one person I can't let go of is Christopher Penczak, the author. And I will always love him, and part of him will always be in my heart. And I can't say anything else or I'll cry, so that's that.
That's okay. You made a wonderful video dedicated to him that you showed me earlier, and I think that set it on.
Secret. That's my secret video.
Oh, that's your secret video. Okay.
Because that's okay. I just sent it to just him, and I kind of doubt he's going to answer it, but it wasn't so much for the answer as for the message I wanted to tell him from my heart, and it came straight from my heart, and that's all I can do.
Well, sometimes it's like writing a letter to someone and not mailing it, Sometimes you learn more about yourself by emptying out your thoughts than the anticipation of a response.
I expect nothing. I'm just to that point. From anybody, really, I just don't have a lot of expectations. I mean, I want my friends, of course, to be there for me, which I have. But as far as any type of romantic thing, I'm having fun. People like to play. That's all good and stuff, but one day, I think that I would hope that someone would see me for who I am and what I actually have to offer, because I don't have a low self-esteem. I may have low expectations at this point because of the trauma I've been through, but I think later on, somebody will
absolutely
figure out something.
I think I think that's just part of life. We all get hurt in one way or another, and when it first happens, we feel like we've been stabbed in the back, and then a few years pass by and we realize, well, it's not so much a stab as it is maybe just a scar, maybe just a scratch. It seems worse at first. There's a song that I'm not sure that you've heard, but it's called The First Cut is the Deepest.
Oh, Sheryl Crow, yes.
Yeah. And that's true on one hand. Sometimes, though, it takes a little time before we put things in perspective and realize, oh, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was at the time. Because time, I'm sounding so cheesy and corny, but time does heal wounds, and I think that's what me and you both are kind of going through at the moment. I think last year we had a very rough year, a year that was the biggest turning point in my life and ever. But I'm really having faith enough to believe that this is the year that is going to heal last year, and I believe the same for you. And
so if you guys love us, send us some love, because obviously we've been emotionally tortured.
Vibes.
Yeah, send some vibes. Send us your personal messages to us, whatever you want to say. We're totally uncensored, but if you send us a personal message, we will not disclose what you say to us. However, I do have to say, I've got a beef with you, Tommy from the Bronx. We have mentioned you in like every freaking video. If you don't say my name, son, it's on. I challenge you, Tommy.
I want to go to the Bronx one of these days, too, by the way. I've always wanted to go. That'd be fun.
Ooh, I know the topic of our next one. I totally know.
Oh, she already knows what we're going to talk about in our next video. I'm glad because I'm clueless. Get it? Clueless. Queer. Never mind. You have to watch the past.
Exactly.
Love you.
Peace.